Well, hello and welcome to We Need a Little Christmas. My name is LeeAnn and I'm so excited you're joining me for this edition. We're going to talk about one of my favorite Christmas movies. I even have Clark right here, Christmas Vacation. If you haven't seen it or heard about it, it's about a dad played by Chevy Chase who is determined to have a fun, old-fashioned family Christmas. Well, as you can imagine, lots happens to him and his family as they work to celebrate. But I want to share with you some of the behind-the-scenes information that you may not know. Consider it my gift to you today. Like the 1983 original Christmas Vacation is based on a short story, Christmas 59, written by John Hughes for National Lampoon in December of 1980. Its literary predecessor is paid tribute to when Clark is trapped up in the attic and pulls out a box of old home movies, including one labeled Christmas 59. But eagle-eyed viewers might notice that when Clark is watching the film, it actually says Christmas 1955. While it's called Christmas Vacation, the movie never gets to Christmas. If you haven't noticed, it actually ends on Christmas Eve. Here's some fun stuff. Clark Griswold grew up in Samantha Stevens' house. If Clark's childhood home featured in those old movies looks familiar, that's because it's the same house featured on Bewitched as well as The New Gidget. Except it's not a house at all. It's part of a Warner's Brother backlot located on what is known as Blondie Street. The rest of the Griswolds' neighborhood is on the studio backlot as well. And if the home of their snooty neighbors, Todd and Margot, looks familiar, that's because it's where Roger Murtaugh, Danny Glover, and his family lived in Lethal Weapon. Bet you didn't know that. The movie that Rusty watches on TV is Frank Capra's perennial Christmas classic, It's a Wonderful Life. Now, Capra's grandson, Frank Capra III, served as Christmas Vacation's second assistant director. Christmas Vacation was Mae Questel's, she plays Aunt Bethany, final film. What you may not know about her is she provided the original voices for Betty Boop and Olive Oyl. Now, Cousin Eddie, he's funny, and he's quite the character. Well, he is based on a real guy. Quaid borrowed many of Cousin Eddie's mannerisms from a guy he knew growing up in Texas, most notably his tendency toward tongue clicking. But Eddie's sweet Dickie camo sweater, well, that was an idea from Quaid's wife. Now, you might notice that Gene Autry's Here Comes Santa Claus plays during the final police raid. Actor Randy Quaid, who played Cousin Eddie, is Autry's third cousin. Now, Bethany and Louis, when they enter the house, there was an earthquake. At the same time the production filmed the arrival of Uncle Louis and Aunt Bethany at the Griswold's home, a minor earthquake struck. The camera shakes slightly as a result of it as Bethany walks through the front door. So you'll want to make sure and look for that next time. Now, Ellen Griswold, nice lady, but turns out she did lie to the cops. You see, Ellen apologizes to Mrs. Shirley, the wife of Clark's boss and Eddie's kidnapping victim, assuring her that this is our family's first kidnapping. That's not true. In fact, it's their second, at least the second that we know of. In the first Vacation film, the Griswolds forced Lasky, the security guard at Wally World, played by John Candy, to open the park for them. Now, Chevy Chase, in filming this, suffered a hand injury. The accident happened on screen while Clark was demolishing Santa's sled after his second failed attempt to get the Christmas lights up and running. Old St. Nick got his revenge. Chase broke his pinky during the assault, and since the cameras were rolling, he couldn't stop without ruining the take. He said, "I had to keep kicking because it hurt so much." He quoted that in 2015. To help Chase nail that tirade at the end of the movie that goes on and on, well, his fellow actors had to help him with that. D'Angelo explained this particular scene was blocked in a way that would allow each of us to have around our neck a piece of rope that was attached to a big cue card. The rant was divided into sections so that he could go all the way through them from beginning to the end without a chance of forgetting his lines. If you watch, you can see him. His eyes go from character to character to character as he's going on in the speech, because they had the lines tied all around them. Now, the film's producer even has a hidden cameo. Maddie Simmons, who produced the movie, is on the cover of the magazine that gets stuck to Clark's sticky hands while he talks vacation plans with Ellen. Another side note, Chevy Chase reportedly kept the pajamas he wore in that scene until at least 2015. If you really love the movie and you want to see a replica of a house in Cleveland, fans can visit a genuine Griswold house each Christmas. Each year, Christmas Vacation superfan Greg Osterlin and his family adorn their Wadsworth, Ohio residence with an exact replica of Clark's over-the-top lighting arrangement, and recently added a replica of Cousin Eddie's banged-up RV. Now, visitors are encouraged to make donations, and all the money goes to Great Strides Cystic Fibrosis Foundation. Christmas Vacation is one of my favorites because of Clark. You see, he's determined no matter what, he's going to celebrate. From getting the tree, to putting up those lights, to hosting the entire family, to the disappointments and surprises, nothing is going to stop him. Perhaps he's a bit like the Who's in Whoville, who understood that Christmas is more than just stores and presents and food. He continued to struggle and found that all the promises that Christmas makes are true. And this year, I hope you celebrate like Clark Griswold. No matter what the challenges, no matter what disappointments, no matter what obstacles, you keep pushing through and spread the Christmas cheer. So Merry Christmas to you today and every day.